This game uses an interesting system where parries are there, but it's really about inducing the enemy into a state where they can be knocked out or like one hit killed. And that can be done in a variety of ways. So if you smack at them a lot and lower a bar, then they'll get stunned and you can just like kill them instantly. Or if you land a parry on lesser enemies, that'll immediately stun them. It'll be like Mortal Kombat. You can like take them out. There's also a couple of other moves that I think are really fun. There's a sweep and a kick now. So the kick will ragdoll enemies back into stuff, and if they hit a prop, they'll like fall into a table and then like collapse on the ground, and that will put them in the knockout state. So you can get in these brawls where you're like booting people into walls, they bounce off and they're like, "Bleh," and then you just like swipe them in the neck and they fall over. And okay, there's another thing on top of that. Whenever you do a knockout, it can initiate a knockout chain. So then fights become like kind of like a puzzle. If there's this group of enemies, you can kind of scan them and be like, okay, I can put that guy into knockout status by kicking him into the table. Once I knock him out, it'll start a knockout chain, and I can use that to piggyback onto the other guys. So you essentially find the weakest link to build this combo in your mind and then go to execute it. And the execution is still pretty straightforward and simple. The designers were pretty clear that this is not meant to be a hardcore game. You know, this is not a Souls game, and I don't think that's why people come to games like this. But it does create at least a layer of intellect to the encounters, where you have some expression in how you do it versus, just kicking back and waiting for people to attack you and then you parry them to death. And the combat AI has been reworked too, so that it's explicitly going to react to something that you do over and over again. So if you're booting people into tables nonstop, then eventually they'll start dodging your boot and you'll have to like figure something else out. And that's I kind of saw that happening. I would be in combat, just kind of mashing buttons, going crazy. And then eventually one ultra pirate would come around and just be like matrix dodging everything. And I had to hit him with an item or sweep him or just do something else. So I thought that was kind of interesting and a weird moment of pushback for a game that in its original form was pretty open with the combat. It was just kill everybody.
That's really interesting that you latched onto that, because again, I think most people are coming to Black Flag to play the pirate stuff. Because I was going to ask about the pirate gameplay, and again, we'll get to that. But it's really interesting to hear that they kind of overhauled the assassin combat.